So, you think the blue color is going to be okay?
Yeah, I think it will be absolutely mermazing.
Well, hello there, Parapeeps, and welcome to another episode of Our Haunted Travels. Let's talk Paranormal Live. I am your host, Sean Donnelly.
I'm your co-host, Marianne Donnelly.
Today we have a great treat.
Yes.
We have the blue-haired mermaid that's coming on to tell her paranormal story.
Yes. A mermaid with a paranormal story.
Well,
crazy, right?
Well, aren't mermaids paranormal just in general?
Yeah. So that makes it even more interesting.
Yeah. Well, anyways, while everyone is dropping in or joining us and coming to the chat, I want to do something different. Tell us your favorite color. Did people start dropping where they were from?
No. But Bottle Cats is here and says, I'm stuck in a commercial. I could skip it, but I won't.
What are we selling? Anything good?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
Crickets, crickets, crickets. Would you like to tell everyone our show supporters? Our show and channel supporters?
No, that could be for you.
Oh, okay. You're leaving it up to me.
I'm leaving it all up to you.
All right. We want to thank our show and channel supporters, which is AJK Consulting Services. BUB Unique. Right?
Yes.
Yes. Happy Trails Hiking. Mm-hmm. Lori Bryant. Mm-hmm.
Timey Lives.
Who's that?
I don't know. Some lady. She thinks she's a mermaid, I think.
Timey Lives. That's
Is
who's
that
on
it?
the station tonight.
5? I think so.
Mark Cole
Agency.
Whoops.
I was going, I think there's one more.
Whoops. So how can they become a show supporter?
They can become a Patreon supporter of $5 a month or more.
Yeah, that's pretty simple. That's pretty much how you do it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Andrew Kitson says, James says, hi, Mr. Ghostman.
Well, hello.
Hello, James. Hope you're doing well.
He didn't say hi to Mrs. Ghost Lady, but that's okay. No, I'll say hi. Okay. Hi, James.
Lori says her favorite color is purple.
Nice.
Thank you, Lori, for participating. Somebody answered.
Tanya Lambert said that her favorite colors are purple, pink, and blue. She has 3 favorites.
Purple, pink,
and blue.
And blue.
It's a nice palette.
What makes blue? Red and green? What 2 colors make? No. Blue. I don't know. I don't care. My favorite color is pink.
Who said that? Fallen Angel.
Fallen Angel.
All right.
That's right.
Nice. I don't really have a favorite per se.
Well, you know my favorite.
Yeah.
It's actually the color of my eyes, if you could see it.
Yeah, it's like a steel blue.
It's the blue color for Panic D and almost everything that we have. That bluish gray color.
Yeah, yeah. I don't really have a
Would
favorite.
You call it steel blue?
Yeah, steel blue gray is what I called it.
I even have guitars that are that color.
You do. Creepy.
Creepy.
I wear a lot of black and brown.
You do, but
I like blue.
Are those your favorite colors? Or is that just because they go together?
They just go together and fit with pretty much everything. But I think I like blue. I used to like purple. Used to be my favorite when I was younger.
So yeah, I decided to not worry about putting goop in my hair today and just wear a hat. Hope you guys don't mind. I'm on vacation.
Oh my
We have 10 watching now. Do you think we could double it up? I think it's time we kick Boris in the wet ski and see if we can get some more people in here. What do you think?
Sure.
She ain't paying attention to me. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to click this button. Here we go. Alrighty, thank you to everybody who shared it out. See if we get some more people in here for our guest who's going to be coming on here shortly after we do a little bit of house cleaning.
Yes. Tanya added an extra color. She also says that her last favorite is green because it's the color of cerebral palsy awareness. So she added a last final favorite.
Okay. Would you like to do a roll call? See who's all here? Say hello, hello, hello. If Marianne does not call your name, please say hello in chat so we could say hello back to you.
All right. So we have Andrew Kitchens. We have Bottle Caps, who says that the skeleton was annoying.
Sorry, Bottle Cap. It is what it is.
We have Eileen. Velux, the fam. I can't say that name, the piece. Fallen Angel, Lori Bryant.
French. Velux.
Maybe, I don't know. We have Paranormal Tech. We have Ron A, Ronnie Oakley, Tanya Lambert, Annette Reagan, and Timey Lives.
And Patrick just stopped in.
Okay, Patrick Maher.
Alrighty.
And
so if this gets
I don't
too
know
bad,
if anybody else.
Andrew
Kitchens was here.
Do have storms coming in.
They're blowing in.
I'm going to shut that window just a little bit because I don't want to melt. Anyways, you're going to tell everyone who we are in case they don't know who we are?
Absolutely not.
Of course not. Sean and Marianne Donnelly, owners of PanicD.com and DarkShadowGhostTours.com. PanicD.com is a database of over 900 locations across the United States and territories that have paranormal claims. Within the database, we document the history, ghost stories and folklore, paranormal claims, and other interesting resources that you find out more information about those locations. That's panicd.com. And I was on some live streams recently, and I guess I have to repeat that if you're a paranormal person, please get a hold of us. If there's a location or information you would like to add to the database, all of our links are all over the place. Twitter, email, all that other stuff. Just get a hold of us and I will add your information. Especially if you make videos, we'll link to them.
All right.
In November of 2017, I'm a little longer today, I'm sorry.
And he made fun of me last week.
We started working on our YouTube channel right here, Panic D Videos, on a series called Our Haunted Travels. And what that is about is the 277 locations that we have personally visited out of the database. And each week we feature a new location on our channel.
All right.
Tell you all that stuff that's in the database, but then add our personal experiences and why we believe the location could be haunted.
Absolutely. And we just need to welcome Riser's Treasure Hunting Emporium is here. Chris Mohan is here.
Chris Mohan, how are you doing, buddy? Hope everything's going well with the new job. Haven't seen him
He's
in a little while.
He's really quite enjoying it, actually.
That's awesome.
Everything I see he posts on Facebook, he's quite enjoying it. We also have Timber Hill Redbones, and Bottle Cap says that we forgot to mention that we're also a cooking channel.
We do.
Once in a blue moon.
We do
if I have a recipe
recipes
that goes along with one of our locations.
And I bet you I know what Bottle Cap's favorite recipe is.
I know. He quite enjoyed one of them.
That's right. We're not going to mention it because he won't shut up about it if I do.
I'm sure that shortly I'll be getting a few emojis in the chat about it. So there's some storms going on throughout some places. Tanya Lambert says she's got some flooding where she's at. Riser's Treasure Hunting says they're getting storms there as well. And Chris says, yeah, that job has me working crazy, but I love it. We have to get together soon, and I agree.
We have to get together with Chris, and I forget his significant other, the better half there. I forget her name. And Andrew, maybe Christine. It'd be kind of fun. And go ghost hunting.
You think that Christine will come ghost hunting?
Maybe. What do you think, Andrew? Will Christine come out with us?
Irish Whiskey, hello.
Irish Whiskey, how you doing? He was on the stream I was on the other night. Mm-hmm. Did you know he was on there?
No.
You passed out and fell asleep.
But Bottle Caps is wrong.
What?
Bottle Cap says that I still haven't made that item yet, and I have. So you'll have to go and see.
They're out there on their
Hershey.
channel, Bottle Caps. Yeah. I will send you the link to that video. She has made them.
I did. I even tried to make cups to drink out of with it. That was an epic fail, but
Yeah. So we have something kind of exciting for Marianne's segment.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I am. I'm very excited.
All right. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to corral your children in pets because it is time for Marianne's eBay update. All right, that's it. Marianne's eBay update, but this isn't from eBay.
This is not from eBay, and you'll like this. I didn't pay for it.
No, it was free. I am amazed that you pulled this off. I really give you credit for this one.
Yeah.
So go ahead, set it up, and tell them about it.
So there is a very well-renowned pathologist, and his name is Dr. Baden, or Baden, depends on who you're talking to. He does Baden. I call him Baden.
That's one thing I forgot was to get his picture.
But anyhow, he's very well renowned. He's done many famous autopsies, and he goes back and he reviews other autopsies and gives, his input. He's been on many cases on the stand in the courtroom. Just
I'm gonna see if you mention the one part that I'm listening for you to mention.
And I'm sure this is what you're waiting for. And one of our very first dates. We were at his mom's house, and we were watching an HBO special, and it was an autopsy. We watched an autopsy of a human being on HBO.
See, I know how to treat my woman.
That's right. And so anyway, I love this, and I showed it a couple times in my class, and I can't get a hold of it anymore. It's like nowhere. And so I
think we recorded that too.
We did.
The recording you played it so many times it like got
because I got excited. Yeah. I watched it all the time, But anyhow, so I tried to find him to see if I could and get it, and HBO didn't have it. Yeah. I couldn't find him in a lot of places, but I finally found him. And so I sent a message and I said, "Hey, I'm a forensic science teacher. I would love to show the autopsy video in my class. HBO doesn't have it. Is there any chance that you have it, or that you could be, a speaker for my class?" And so I got an email response back a few days later asking for my address because Dr. Baden wanted to send me something. So today in the mail, I got a package from Dr. Baden, and so let's see what he sent me. I'm very excited.
Pusha Studios in the house. JD Knight 7.
Wow.
Did we say hi to Tana and Lena?
I got a treasure trove here. So he sent me, 2 books and a DVD. This is him, by the way, in case you're curious as to who he is. That's him. So there he is. And this is his compilation postmortem DVD. I don't know.
Maybe it is. We'll have to look.
I'm going to have to look and see. But anyway, he sent me that and 2 books. So we've got Unnatural Deaths, Confessions of a Medical Examiner, and Dead Reckoning, The New Science of Catching Killers. So that'll be awesome.
Yeah, she's very excited.
My summer reading list. That's awesome.
Guess I get to hear about it in the car while we're traveling.
That's right. We are getting ready for our trip.
Nothing like an autopsy book to keep you from wrecking the car.
Woo! Oh yeah, this is fabulous. Thank you so much. Not that he's going to watch our channel.
Well, he might. We're going to send him a little package. Thank you, package.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. This will be awesome.
That was very cool that you actually reached out. Now, you didn't tell him, too, that the response came back in spam.
Yes, it did. It came back in my spam.
So you almost missed the response back asking for the address.
I did. Thanks to Happy Trails Hiking, I found it because I went in to do a little bit of clean out of my email, and I'm like, well, let me see what's in here. I never look in the
spam folder.
And sure enough, there was.
I tried to send that guy an email, never heard back. Probably went to spam. Yeah, I'm going to have to start looking at spam.
So I'm this was like really, this is awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Okay, so we are about almost 15 minutes in. Some updates of what's going on our channel. This past week, we did drop a video. Marianne did a video about how to take forensic photography. In case you missed that, that's out on our channel. And we dropped a video about a location that is local to us, actually within a 5-mile radius from here, I would say. Maybe a little bit more. The Strock House. It's just over in Austintown, not too far.
I'd say it's a little bit farther than 5, but that's okay.
Close.
Yeah.
Close. So that came out late last night. Late. Yeah. I was a little late getting that one done.
You took a nap.
I did.
And it's okay. You're on vacation.
I don't know if it was much of a nap as just passing out on the couch, I think is what it was. So this coming week, we got one coming out Tuesday that I don't know if we're going to be done with YouTube or not. I don't know. We got to take a hard look this weekend and look at this with the guidelines and stuff that's coming out. Is that the sirens going off?
Maybe. Either that or it's our phones going off with a local alert.
Yeah. Why don't you go grab the phone just in case?
Okay, I'll be right back. But, you keep talking.
Yeah, with the guidelines are not new. Okay, we've been dealing with this since we got monetized, and this is kind of why we've been, telling people about our Patreon and stuff like that. Is because a lot of our videos that come out do talk about WAR or tragedies or things like that, and they become demonetized. So our response to that is coming out Tuesday. So. Is that what it was? It's okay.
It's just a severe alert for flooding. Okay. So we should... That one's actually mine. This one's yours.
We're on the second floor. We should be okay.
Yeah. All right.
So that comes out Tuesday, and if we continue on, I don't know what location we're going to do. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. Let's see. Tanya says, you can't be done. We would miss you. And let's see what else. That'll be an awesome audiobook. Yeah, Sean gets to listen to it as audio.
I get to listen as an audiobook.
I read it to him. And also, Lori says that it'll be a great resource for my class. Yeah, I might even, have that available for my kids to do some additional activities. Maybe they might do a book report or something and read this book. Yeah, maybe. Never know.
Book report on an autopsy.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, we got a super chat. Pusha Studios, thank you very much. Appreciate that very much. Got to put them down in the book. Yes. Which, by the way, any super chats that we get while we are alive, you will be thanked in our next publication.
Yes.
So I keep forgetting to mention that. I hate begging for money. I think it's scrolling. I don't know. We'll see.
Let's see here. It says, if flooding keeps up, we'll need a boat, says Tanya.
Yeah.
Oops. I hope that everything is going to be okay there for you.
We're going to keep these alerts in the phones and everything in case Noah calls. Don't want to turn that one down. His number's not blocked.
Oh my goodness gracious. And Pusha Studio says, you should cover AdSense for this video. You can't go anywhere with lots of exclamation points there for you there. And we want to welcome 89 Mattel. So, back to you.
Back to me. Back to me. Alrighty, so I think it's time we bring on our guest. What do you think? Before we do that, we're going to take a quick little break.
We are?
And we're going to come back and see if we could capture that mermaid.
Oh, okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, capturing mermaids will be cool.
Yeah. All right. So we'll be back in, what did you say this was? A minute and
a half.
are we ready?
I think I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready. All right, folks, put your keys together for the awesome blue-haired mermaid, Timey Lives.
You know how hard it is to be quiet for a minute and a half for me? I'm like, oh my God, this is so long. Oh, I put my bracelet down. It's jingling on the desk. Oh,
Yeah, I have a lot of equipment in this room, but one thing I don't have hooked up is a mixer and all this other stuff so that I can mute one thing while the other thing, because anything that goes through the desktop gets it's.
But you have a mixer. It's
I
in
do.
the garage.
I have all kinds of stuff, but I just don't have it hooked up because I'm lazy. And if
wait,
I have
you have
to use
it in
to
the garage?
DJ, yeah, it's all stored in the garage with the sound system.
We have a sound system out there.
Yeah.
So do you know how to use it then?
Oh yeah, he takes it.
Yeah,
to
you
his...
didn't see that live stream where I was getting ready to DJ?
Oh yeah.
You know you're in trouble, right? You know what this means.
Yeah, that was the
Tech
DJ
support.
Yeah. But I don't have that all hooked up in here, and
Yeah, but I have one that I need help figuring out, making sure I'm using it right, because I'm sure it has more capabilities than what I'm using it for. I plugged in mic, try and figure out to make sure the sounds are coming through good, and then hope I don't spaz and hit it, because I can't remember how I had it set. And that's it. That's all that's in here.
See, if we hooked it up, I'd get in trouble like Andrew does on Pusha, be playing the horn and the echo and the...
Yeah, there's no need for that.
Yeah, there's no need for that. Oh, man, that's funny. All right, hey. Thank you for accepting our request to come on.
Appreciate my pleasure. That. Please. I promised you would be first. So, and Dezombified had asked me, and I said, I love you guys so much, but I promised them that I'd be first. I'd talk to them first. So, first I'm here. Next is Dezombified at some point.
Well, I saw you say that, and and I said, okay, well, let's just do this. And, because scheduling, once we're back to work, it's like crazy. Are we going to be home? We're not going to be home,
That's right. And we've been saying for almost a year now we wanted to get down there. We thought maybe she'd tell us in person, but has not happened.
That was up in the air too for this summer, but we've made other plans. Well, that's what we're going to do tonight.
Made other plans.
We did.
Yeah, we're gonna.
There was,
There's a pool.
You're going to be there for more than a year.
Yeah,
and there's a place that is going to get torn down this year, so I need to make sure that I get to see that building before it goes away.
Yeah.
So we changed our minds again. We've been trying to get back down to your spot since 2010,
especially since our first book is St. Augustine,
right? Goodness gracious.
So that's why we haven't sent you one. We're going to bring you one in person and sign it on the air.
Signed. I want signed.
It's going to happen.
I don't know. There's a tip of my head memory thing going on right now. I signed something for somebody, and they're like, I'm holding on. I know who it was. Oh my God, no, it wasn't a signature. It was my Uber driver recently, my Lyft driver, excuse me. They knew who I was. That's awesome. And they asked something, and I always start talking about it, and they're like, oh, well, what's your channel? And they couldn't get it typed in, so I typed it for them, and it comes up, and they were already subscribed.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I got out. I'm like,
that's awesome.
Out of the car, and he's like, wait, no. Can I get a selfie?
That's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Selfie of me.
That's pretty cool.
That is awesome.
So I see Pusha dropped a link for Timey's channel. Thank you very much. I do believe that the link is down below in the description as well.
Yep.
Okay, so why don't we go ahead and start this off, and we'll let you tell everybody about your channel and what you got going on over there at Timey Lives. Timey Lives. Timey Lives. Okay.
And it's weird. It lives because I'm alive, you see? So it's Timey Lives. And then Timey sings, and Timey has more amazing chats, and Timey games, and Timey does all these things because Timey lives. See?
All right.
Gotcha.
That's right. Okay, so on my YouTube channel, I have once a week I put out a song, a cover song that I've done that quite often is a request, or at the moment I'm going back to my original like playlist, because I started out with singing. My YouTube journey started with me singing 368 songs in a year and posting them. I should say that's what I posted. I sang many, many more because I was singing them over and over again, but we won't go there. So that's how I started out. So now I'm going back to them and I'm singing them again because there's a definite improvement, because I think that anything you do over and over and over again for a year, at least, you get better. So there's that. And then there is every other Thursday, I have an amazing chat. No, lose your voice now, please. I have an amazing chat with somebody who has a challenge, an illness, some sort of obstacle that's been in their way that they've had to overcome. And we all have them, even if we don't have an illness or something big, Excuse me. But usually it's something that they're still dealing with today. And how do they rise above that to continue to pursue their dreams? And it's basically their inspirational stories. Also, because that series didn't begin as an inspirational story thing. It began as people who are YouTubers who have a musical history of some sort. And we don't know about it because their channel's not about it, like Sean and Marianne. Yeah. And we have to schedule. And the problem is that I filled my summer up already. So I'm going to have to find it. We're going to have to just pick a date and just have you on a day that's not my normal day. That's all. Maybe one of the.
Well, we're abnormal anyways.
Yeah, me too.
Wow, it's coming down again.
Yes, it is.
And then, of course, I have my unboxings, which is what's in the box, where I'll open anything, whether it's something somebody sends me, could be a shopping haul, could be one of those subscription services. Makeup, lots of makeup. Whenever I have that, I do that on a Saturday. What else do I do? Oh, product reviews, of course, and tutorials. They are Timey's Tips and Tricks is what they're called. I just started naming them that. But I have some already on my channel, just redoing one actually at the moment. Because I also have a morning show. It's not mine. And that's why I almost forgot about it. I really did, because it's not mine. It's a community thing. It's just a place for the community to gather every morning to have our little coffee break. It's called the Community Coffee Break. And it begins at 10:30. And starting Monday, it'll be an hour long for at least a month. While Happy Trails YK is on hiatus, because I extended the time. But when she comes back, if she wants that time slot, of course it's hers. And I'll slide right back down to a half hour. I'm okay with that. But I figured make it an hour because it seems so fast to have an hour. Oh, my God. I don't know how she does it.
Yeah, it goes quick in a half hour. Yep.
It really does. So what we've done is because it's so fast, you don't have a whole lot of time to dive in and see what everybody's doing. That's what we usually had done. We just checked out what everybody was doing. But a half an hour is so fast. So we created playlists. And now everything that everybody's making in the community can be added to these playlists. There's one for live streams, there's one for videos, and now there's one for our weekly challenge, which we started this past week. And we don't have our next one yet. We'll have to talk on Monday about that. I have to remember to keep that in the schedule. But it's a challenge. Like the first one was, I made it because we just started getting together in the mornings, by the way. But I made it because I figured it's easiest just for me to start out to give an example. And the example is this. Every single one of us who are creators, we have something in our past, something in our YouTube past that we hate, that we know we have to redo, but we haven't done it yet. But we have better skills now because we've been doing it for a while and we want to redo it, but we just don't put it in our schedule because, well, we're working on our new stuff, right? The challenge was to go back and redo that one. And I'm still doing that. Yeah, it was due on Friday. I'm the person that said it. I get it. But yeah, it's due on Friday. So yeah, so that's what I do here on YouTube. And then I also have a Twitch channel where I've moved all of my gaming. I do twice a week over there. I'm playing role-playing games. Right now it's Red Dead Redemption 2. Once a week, I have Timey Twitches and Sings, which is a live singing show that I can sing with you if you want, because there's a game called Twitch Sings. And if you get Twitch Sings and sing one half of it while I'm live, you come in and you get in the queue and I'll sing with you. It's really awesome. It's so much fun. And then the opposite Thursdays that I'm here, I'm over there with How Would You Answer the Universe, which is a game show that's interactive. And we all answer the questions together, but I found a way to bring some more elements to it that even makes it more fun. So, yeah, that's what I do.
So you're
and then
pretty busy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have my website, too, that I finally got live, guys. It's live. It's live. I got it up.
Alive.
And probably once a month is what we're going to do. We have Straight Talk with Timey there. But if you want to be a part of that, it's serious talk. It's like I make a lot of jokes, and I bring a lot of humor to my condition and breast cancer and things like that to help raise awareness. But on Straight Talk with Timey, we're just going to sit down and talk. Be real, you know? It's not much fun to have these stupid socks on my feet right now and feel the way I'm feeling. But, you know, it's better to... it's not going to turn negative, but it's going to be honest, you know, more clear than I will put out here. So if anyone's interested in that, though, they do have to sign up through email, because I don't want somebody stumbling in thinking I'm going to be making jokes and, you know, find things to be a little bit different there. So, yeah.
Very good.
Well, you got all kinds of stuff going on over there.
And you thought you were busy.
I scheduled in a day for what do you call it? Because the morning show's Monday through Friday. And I scheduled in a day for my self-care, which is Mondays. And now I'm live streaming every Mondays anyway. It's all good.
So I have a question.
Okay.
Where did the character of the mermaid originate? Like, what gave you the idea that I get the pool? Is it originate from the pool with that floating pizza box that you had in there?
That's Kirby. I shut him off. He's off right now. He's so obnoxious loud. I was recording. I'm like, no, Kirby has to go off. Kirby stalks me, by the way. I get in that pool, and as soon as I get in, he finds me and keeps bumping into me. I'm like, get away from me. I don't like Kirby. Mermaid. See, you lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Mermaid. Yes. Where did the mermaid come from? Didn't come from me. Somebody, one of my wild ones, was in the chat and said, "Here comes our rockin' blue-haired mermaid." I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm owning that," and I did.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's very cool when you have, like, you know, the involvement of. I can't think of a better word than fans.
Hang on. I'm so sorry. Can you guys hear that?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Oh, you can't hear anything else? Okay, good. I'm sorry. Let me close this. Close. I have to use my Streamlabs to adjust the lighting and stuff on my camera, and I had to leave it up. Thank you, whoever just subscribed to me. I don't know who it was, but somebody just subscribed.
Oh.
To me.
Okay, that's what that was. Ding.
I didn't even hear
no,
this.
I have a song that plays. It's not even just a ding. There's this whole song.
Well, that's awesome.
I get it. Okay. I forget what I was saying. Now I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
I think you were kind of getting at the idea that, you know, it's awesome to have the
like Boris back here.
help,
you know, we put it out to the follow, actually on Twitter, and said, "What should we call this skeleton?" And then the whole character of Boris kind of, you know, you just get that little spark, and yes, we're gonna run with it. You know,
exactly.
We're still working on his backstory a little bit, you know, like where he came from. We did that one video, you know, he was looking for his family, you know, that kind of thing. So
he's looking for his family. I didn't even realize that. See, I missed that.
Oh yeah.
There's a secret. There's a whole
whole series we started about that. We're gonna have to do another one of those.
Yeah, we did one last fall, right?
Yeah. It's hard to do in the wintertime.
It is. But we took our little travel Boris out, and he was walking through the woods showing us things from his family.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love Travel Boris, by the way. One day I'm going to get me a Travel Boris.
Maybe he'll come with your book.
Yeah.
With us. I like that.
She'll answer the door and go, "Thank you." Bam, slam it shut.
No, I would never.
That's why I said we're going to sign it in person.
Oh, goodness gracious.
All right, so we got all these people here gathering.
Hi,
to
guys.
hear about your
paranormal story.
experiences.
So we're gonna circle back to the YouTube questions and Twitch questions and all of that other stuff. So
Okay. No problem.
this is the part of Let's Talk Paranormal. We love to have people on and tell
Where we
their
talk
paranormal
about
stories.
our paranormal
So,
story. That's
are
nice.
you ready?
I think I'm ready. I think I'm
Alright.
ready. So there's several things happen in my life. Okay. The first thing scared the crap out of me, and yeah, it scared the crap out of me. My first experience was, well, actually, no, it's not even sure. Was it? Okay. Now I've lost my own self again. I'm sorry. I'm not having a good day, so just please bear with me. When I go back, my grandmother passed when I was 12 years old. And I always felt her presence, like when I was a kid. Like I felt like she was my guardian angel. And I had a penny saver route when I was 12 years old. And I had to deliver those papers because I had taken that job. And my mother was not letting me out of it just because there was a blizzard. She also was not getting in the car to drive me around. So I had to go out in the blizzard and deliver these penny savers, which were these little advertisements that have little like local stores. And I'm out there and I'm delivering the penny savers and there's a blizzard going up. And I talked to my grandma the whole time. Like I swore she was there. I'm coming back to that, just so you know. I'm trying to go in the order things occurred. And then a little bit, I'm trying to think how old I was. My brother and I were home. We were there. So it had to be like 16 years old. Yeah, right about 16. And I'm sound asleep. I didn't know at the time I actually had mono. I found this out later as an adult, but I remembered back during that time when I just kept falling asleep all the time. So I had been asleep after dinner or something, taking a nap. And when I woke up, there was something at the end of my bed. I don't know what it was. It was dark. It was like a shadow, and it scared the crap. I was terrified. I couldn't move. I couldn't speak. I couldn't scream. I couldn't get out of the bed. I just was laying there terrified. And I closed my eyes and I just said the Lord's Prayer, like, I don't know how many times, opened them back up and it was gone. And I jumped up and ran out of the room. And I screamed. I'm like, there was something in there, I swear. And my mother's going, calm down. You were dreaming. I'm like, no, I was awake. I was not asleep. And my brother looks at me and calmly goes, well, it's nothing to be afraid of. I'm like, what do you mean it's nothing to be afraid of? He's like, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's not going to hurt you. I'm like, that thing, whatever it was, that was malicious. I could feel it coming off of it. Don't tell me it's not going to hurt me. What are you talking about? He's like, oh yeah, I've been dabbling in some stuff. Don't worry about it. I see them all the time. And I'm like, are you out of your mind? You need to stop, because whatever that thing was, I could feel coming off of it was extremely malicious and scared the crap out of me. That's all I know, you know? And my brother swore it was not. And I don't know if he stopped. I know he stopped now, but like, I don't know when he stopped at that point.
How old were you at this time?
I was 16.
16. Okay.
Yeah.
Was your brother older or younger?
Younger, 2 years younger. He was 14.
Okay.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Does it really? Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, my sister, she's younger than me, and she was experimenting.
Yeah, she was dabbling. She was dabbling a little bit.
Did you wake up with something at the end of your bed too?
No.
Worse?
No, I just always had a fear of basements because, you know,
Oh.
I would have recurring nightmares. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
About the basement. Gotcha.
Yes.
There's still a little stuff going on over there at the Annette's house, which, by the way, she should be watching.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hi, Annette. I love you.
All right, back to Timey's story.
Yeah, back to the list.
Okay. And something came to mind with it when you said recurring dreams. There's something interesting that had happened with a recurring dream with me. Do you want me to talk about that, or is that like
go ahead.
a ghost only? Or okay.
No.
I've always had dreams that came true, always, And that not every dream came true, but I've always had dripped into the dreams were dreams that would come true. But those dreams I never remembered. And it became a pattern. I realized that like I did not, if I didn't remember my dream, but I knew I had one, it was one of those. I wouldn't know what was happening, but it was one of those. And as a kid, I used to get really high fevers. I had like throat infections. Everything was around my throat. It was all like tonsillitis or strep throat, one or the other. I always had really high fevers with it. And I would hallucinate when the fever was really high. And it was really weird because I would see this really fat man. And then and it's the only way I did, I mean, I screamed out to my mother, the fat man, the skinny man, the fat man, the skinny man, because the fat man would go really skinny. And the skinny man would go really fat again. And you just go back. And I don't know why it scared the crap out of me as a kid. But I don't know why that had nothing to do with the story. So I don't know why I said that. But it just happened. You know, I would have these fevers and I hallucinate. But then I had these other dreams that I would realize as they were occurring. And it wasn't a deja vu thing. It was different. You know what I mean? Like I knew exactly what was going to happen before it was happening. And there were times where I would try and steer it. Did I do something?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
No, he's just telling me what to do.
Oh, okay.
I was instructing Marianne off camera. You could see us, but chat can't.
Oh God, I'm Zippy. I'm sorry, guys. I'm
It's okay.
It's the best. Okay, so we can laugh now. The dreams. Gotcha. Okay, so a lot of these times, as they were occurring, when they happened, I didn't know. I knew it was happening, and only a couple times was I able to actually change the outcome by changing something I was doing. If I recognized it fast enough and I changed something I was doing, even if it meant stopping and walking away for whatever conversation it was, the result would be different. But anytime that I was not fast enough, and it was, even if I changed it too late, the result would always end up being the same. And there was a dream that I had, and it was recurring over and over again. I dreamt I was on a boat on a lake or some big body of water. And it was a white boat with a blue stripe. And something would happen and I would be in the water and I would drown. And it happened over and over and over again. And when I could feel the water filling my lungs, I felt everything. And the moment before I died, I'd wake up or it would start over again. And sorry. And I dreamt this, I mean, since I was a kid. And then I moved to West Milford, New Jersey, which is right by Greenwood Lake, New York and New Jersey. And there are a lot of boats on that lake, a lot of boats. And I had a lot of friends, and a lot of my friends had boats. And one of my friends in particular had a white boat with a blue stripe, and I refused to get on his boat.
Oh, I would too.
And he couldn't understand why. And he was like, why? Come on. And he thought he was so offended. I felt so bad. I was like, I couldn't explain to Bob that I had a dream as a kid and I couldn't get on his boat. Like, I just couldn't do it, bring myself to do it. You know, we weren't that close for friends. So I felt bad because I go on everybody else's boat but Bob's. And then I started dating this guy who had a boat. And it was a freaking white boat with a blue stripe.
Oh, jeez.
And I couldn't say no. I was like, I'm dating you, and I can't say no to you. Now, Bob's all upset. He's like, he's got a white boat with a blue stripe. How can we go on his boat? I felt really bad for Bob.
I was just thinking about that when we were telling the story. It's like most boats are white with a blue stripe.
Somewhere,
a lot of them are, but this was like a specific shape too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was, I don't know what you call the boat, but it was a certain shape and it looked a certain way, and it had, you know, it wasn't a big boat. It was a smaller boat, but it could fit like 2, 3, I don't know, 3 on each, 6 people maybe, you know what I mean? And it had the I knew exactly what the damn boat looked like, okay? And the boyfriend had the exact same type boat as Bob did.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm sorry, I'll see you when you get back.
I got on it. And one night, and it was a nighttime, and that was the thing too. My dream had all been at nighttime. One night we went out on the boat, and it wasn't just me and him; it was me, him, and a few other people. And we were drinking, and we were out on the lake, and we like stopped the boat, and everybody jumped in and went skinny dipping, you know. And all of a sudden my sciatic started bothering me. And it was on my right hand side, and my leg wouldn't work. And I started sinking in the freaking water. And nobody could hear me because they were working on the boat. That's right, the boat, we decided to do that because they were fixing the boat, because the boat stopped in the middle of the freaking lake. It just stopped. The engine stopped working. So they were fixing the boat. So there was a lot of noise there. They couldn't hear me while I was trying to yell for them. And I started to go under. And at the last second, the guy saw me going under. I'd gone under like 2 or 3 times already, and I'd pulled myself up again. But, he saw me, and he jumped in the lake, and he saved me.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah. It didn't mean much more than that, because we're not together any longer, but he saved my life. And I never had the dream again either.
Well, yeah. Wow. To have that premonition dream and then it take place, I would just be like, no.
Oh, yeah. It terrified me even worse because I knew the end of it. I was like, heck no, I'm changing this one.
All right, so let's just recap a little bit, because we see Joanne popped in there. She said, I tuned in tonight because I had some time, but she's a little bit lost. Okay, so here's what we got going on. It's about time we do this. We have Timey Lives. I knew I was going to say it wrong. That's why I looked at you. We have Timey Lives on Let's Talk Paranormal, telling her paranormal stories. Timey has a awesome channel. She does all kinds of stuff over there, and we'll come back to that. But I think you have some more paranormal stuff to share with us.
I think she does.
Okay, you have
but
some more stuff
we have
chat?
some from the chat too. We have Diana SFNG said that her step grandmother had dabbled into something mysterious, and the kitchen cupboards would open and close on their own. She said she wasn't afraid, and she actually admonished her for such things, and she knew it wasn't anyone else, and she stopped doing it because she said, hey, this isn't right for a baptized Christian. That's satanic. Stop dabbling in this stuff. And so that's pretty cool. And we had a few people pop in that we should say hello to. We have Urban Viking Explorers, Murad's Hunting Adventures, Lady Abraxas, Huntress of the Unknown, and there was one other I thought, but if I may have forgotten them.
If anyone has any questions for our guests, please either put the @PanicD videos or @Marianne Donnelly, so we'll be sure to see them, because we are during the interview we do kind of like tune in to our guest, and we want to make sure we catch any of your questions that we can ask there. So, all right, let's go back and hear some more of your paranormal story.
Okay. Yes. So what other
now that I've done snacking and watching myself snack, I'm like, oh my god.
That's okay. It'll just be better. See, I could just do that, and then there you go. Go ahead, snack away.
Snack on screen. I'm just saying. I do it on my other stream too on Twitch. I'm like, while I'm playing, I start snacking because I'm hungry, and I'm on for like 6 hours sometimes. And I just start snacking, and I'm like, I probably shouldn't do that.
I do that while I'm grading. I snack. I eat. I like to eat things crunchy while I'm grading.
There you go, to get that frustration out. Crunch.
Yes.
I gotcha.
Yes.
Another F. Crunch. Another F. Crunch.
All right. So, Timey, what else do you have in your secret haunted past?
My secret haunted past. Well, okay, let's see. We got, as far as hauntings or ghost stories, I'm trying to think what happened first in what order. I don't remember, to be quite honest. I'll just tell you about my grandmother. We'll get back to grandma, okay?
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. This actually didn't happen after the boat thing, so I am going in the right order. Because that guy that I was dating, the guy that saved my life, that guy, well, he turned out to be a crack addict. And I didn't discover this until like he was living in my home with me and my children. Okay, which wasn't good. Not good. No, not good to have a crack addict living at home with you. And, you know, he may have saved my life, but, you know, it just didn't work out. But at that point, I was really upset. I was really upset. And I was at work, and it was a Wednesday, because Wednesdays were the day that I went in. The doctor did not. I worked for a pediatric dentist at the time. And I just went and did paperwork. So I was in the office all by myself. And I know that because I was crying hysterically, like hysterically crying. And I didn't get it. I didn't understand what the heck, you know what I mean? And I felt a hand on my shoulder. Now, my office was interconnected. I think I have a hex on my face. My hair is in my lipstick. Can drive me crazy now. Come on. Okay, I got it. Sorry about that.
See, she needed a snack on her hair too.
I was hungry. Mermaids do that, you know. So I'm hysterically crying, and I feel a hand on my shoulder. And I probably should have told you that the office was interconnected to the office next to it. So our office had a door that went into the next dental office, and they were in, but I was in the office alone. So my first assumption, of course, was that it was someone from the other office, because there's nobody in my office. And then I heard a voice in my ear, and it was my grandmother. And she told me it was going to be okay. And then she went away, and the hand went away. And I mistook her message at first. I'm not going to fib. Everything did turn out okay. I'm okay here right now, today, right? You know, but at the time I thought she was trying to tell me that he was worth giving the chance to get clean, sort of thing. You know, everything was going to be okay. So give him the chance, because that's what I was torn apart, because he was sworn he was going to go get help. And I was, you know, I didn't know what to do. I needed my children to be in a safe environment, and he wasn't doing it at home, but at the same time, he was still doing it, and that doesn't make it okay. You know, it was one of those horrific situations you find yourself in that you got to figure out how to get out of the best way. And then Grandma tells me everything's going to be okay, and I'm like, okay, so I'll give him that chance. So, yeah, that didn't work out so good. It's really hard to interpret ghost messages sometimes.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
From there, I had another experience. Oh, okay. The house that I was living in, I ended up in this one. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, that was when I first moved to West Milford. The house I lived in, that house was haunted, but they didn't bother me at all. They completely avoided me. I never had any experiences, because they weren't bad experiences. I just have never had any experiences. It was all my ex-husband. Everything happened to him. And it wasn't that he was harming him at all. He was hiding. He was messing with him. He'd hide his tools on him. And like, okay, my ex-husband was a functional alcoholic. So this is my second ex-husband, by the way, not the first one, just to be clear, because some people know about my first ex. And this was not the abusive one. This just was the one that didn't work out. But he was a functional alcoholic. So anytime he told me that something was missing, I just thought he was drunk and put it down somewhere and forgot where he put it. And then I was there, and he wasn't drunk. And there was a tool there. And then the tool was no longer there. And then the tool was returned to the same location, because we looked around the whole house for it, even though we knew it was right there, because he had put it there. I had walked away. I was just doing something else. And he's like, did you move my, and I'm like, no, what'd you do with it? And he's like, I put it right there. I'm like, I know, I saw it there, you know? And yeah, so then I started to believe him. And then I spoke with the people who had been renting the house, who had actually built the house. Like, they were builders in town. And when I purchased the house, they were renting it from the owners, okay? And the owners, they had built the house originally for them, like the add-on. There was a small little house. A lot of houses up there it's in the mountains. So there's a lot of houses that were these little vacation homes, tiny little ones, you know, like one-room homes. And then people come in and they build on them. So they had built on it, and this family had been the builders of the home. So they knew the previous owners, and they knew the history of the family. And the history was this. the man who had owned it, who it had passed down, I think, to their son, and that's who they had built on it for, or I don't know if the son built it or the father built it, but the father had hung himself on the back property. And it wasn't until he did that they found out that he'd been in the closet. He was a married man, had kids, and he couldn't live that life anymore. And he couldn't come out because the generation he was in, he felt he couldn't come out. And he hung himself. And the back property was just like, okay, the lots were, there's a lot here, there's a lot next to me, there's a lot next to me. And then the lot right, like diagonal, was an extra lot. And that's where he hung himself on. And it just was strange because I guess it made sense that he only bothered my husband, not me then. You know what I mean? He never bothered me, never came near me. But my husband, he was playing with his head all the time.
Well, it also sounds too like you might have a little protection spirit with your grandma too. So maybe. That's why, didn't bother you. We do have a question. I think it's for Timey. I'm assuming it's for Timey.
I'm going to assume so.
What's the scariest paranormal experience you've had, and where did it happen?
The one with my brother.
The one with your brother.
It happened. Yeah, that was the scariest one. That was. I wasn't scared of the ghost. That even my ex-husband wasn't scared of the ghost. It more was like he was just messing with him. He was playing with him. It didn't seem maliciousness. Mm-hmm. That had a malicious. That was a malicious presence. There was no doubt in my mind. That whatever that was evil at the end of my bed, and terrified the crap out of me.
It only happened the once.
Yeah, only happened the once. Now my brother. Then again, when I turned 17, I ended up living with my ex-husband. I moved out.
Okay.
And so I had my senior year of high school not at home. And then my brother moved out not too long after that. So we weren't living together that much longer after that. And I wasn't in that house after that, for that much longer. So it was 16, but it was close to 17. That's why I was like, but it couldn't have been 17 because by then I was out of the house. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
I would say, hey, the Heavy Metal Magnet stopped by, and Chandra.
Hey, Heavy.
Chandra Pivo?
Hey, Chandra.
Pivo.
and hey, Lady Braxton, by the way.
And that question was from Rod's Haunted Adventures. I don't think I said who asked that question.
No.
Thank you, Rod.
But they said yes, it was for Timey.
Yeah. All right, so hey, let's get back to the YouTube stuff, and thank you for.
Well,
I have more scary stuff.
She has more stuff.
We have 3 minutes.
So she has more stuff.
So we're gonna keep going. You guys want to keep going? We got to ask chat if they want to keep going past an hour.
Timey, do you have time?
Timey, do you have time?
I have time.
Okay.
I have editing to do, but I have time.
Okay. What about chat? We always ask chat if we're gonna go over an hour.
Chat.
If they want us to keep going. If you do, say blue in chat in honor of our blue-haired mermaid.
That's right.
In the blue color. See, we have the blue. We picked blue for you. Did you see that?
Did
you notice that?
I do see that. Oh, by the way, there is no colors that mix to make blue because blue is a primary color.
I don't. I'm on vacation. Don't make me think.
I'm just letting you know.
Actually, I think. What's red and green make? Purple?
It's what I thought, but I don't know what red and
purple?
green. Red and green is brown, I think.
I was going to say brown.
Yeah.
All right, we got blue. Thumbs up. All right, so if that's two, I guess we'll keep going.
Okay.
All right, so you got some more to share. I'll flip it back over to you. Go ahead. You got some more snacks? Go ahead.
I'm good. No snacks right now.
No snacks, just paranormal experiences.
I have one last one.
Okay.
And this one was at my job. I worked at a place called the Castle Tavern. It now is called Castle Cove, I've discovered. It changed names several times, changed owners several times.
This is the one that you wanted me to look up, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you worked there.
Yeah, I worked there.
Okay, all right. So we're still researching that. We just haven't found any hits yet. So we got to dig a little deeper.
And it would be way back, way back, because this thing was built, I think, in 1932. But it was originally, the story goes as this. This is what I was told. Excuse me. And I worked there for years. I mean, years. I worked there on and off for years. I worked there for a while as a waitress. I worked there as a bartender. I worked there as an acting manager at one point. And so this hadn't been like right when I first started working there. This was when I think they were on their second owners by the time this happened. But the story goes as follows: that this castle was built by a man who had money way, way back. And he lived there with his wife, but there came a point where he had a mistress. And he actually moved his mistress into the house with them. I don't know why he thought he could do that, but apparently he thought it was a good idea to move his mistress and his wife into the same home.
You never know. I mean, sometimes that'll work out.
I don't think so. Not unless they agree to it and they're Mormon. And it didn't work out so well for him because his wife set the house on fire with everybody inside. And everybody died.
Guess it didn't work out.
No, it didn't work out. And apparently there were these paintings that survived. So I guess they were in the basement or somewhere. I don't know where they were, but somehow they survived, and they were with the castle when it was purchased from the prior owners. And they put these pictures up on the wall. And one of them was the wife and one was the mistress. He actually had commissioned somebody to paint portraits of both of them. Because he wanted his cake and eat it too. He didn't just want a mistress. He just wanted both, you know. So they were up on the wall. In the restaurant, the people hung them back up. Okay. And I had asked, you know, well, which one's which? Because it doesn't really say. And they came back to me. They went and looked into it, and they came back and they're like, that one over there, that's, and I asked for a reason. I'll tell you why in a second. Because everybody told me first. They said, you have to go see this painting they just put up. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So they pointed out which one was the mistress and which one was wife. What it was I looked like the mistress. Like, exactly like the mistress. And everybody was coming to me going, you have to see this painting. You look exactly like the freaking mistress. I'm like, get the out of here. Come on. It's just a story anyway. It's something the owners made up for, you know, to build up the ghost stories that are here. And like, no. I'm telling you. I'm like, okay. And for the record, she was a painter. Like one of the owners was an artist. There were four owners, two couples that owned the property. And one of them was an artist, and she painted the whole, like, it was a whole mural down the stairs that were all octopi, all sea life, all down from when you went from the downstairs to the upstairs in this restaurant. Gorgeous. So I didn't, I wouldn't put it past them for, blame them for painting a picture of the putting a face to them, But according to what they said, no, they found them. I'm working there, and there were nights where the place was dead, and I took whatever shift I could because it was my second job, and I needed money to raise my kids, And the place was completely dead. I hadn't had a customer all night long. It sucked. It just sucked. I don't remember what it was, whether it was getting cold or it was a weeknight or whatever. And the restaurant is huge. There's got a whole upstairs, and then you go downstairs, and there's a whole bar, outdoor bar area also, and outdoor restaurant eating area. And outside, they had concerts and stuff, and they had some pretty famous bands that came to play there. It was a lot of fun working there. I have to say that. A lot of fun working there. I would wear my bikini top and my shorts and jump in the lake when it got too hot, and jump back out and keep serving tables. It was that sort of place, It was a lot of fun. But this night, there's nobody there, and I came out, went out the front door to have a cigarette, and I come back in. And I'm telling you, as I go to step in, I see a freaking full apparition, like ghost, walking by. And it was, like see-through, but she looked like it was definitely a woman, and she looked like she was in that, it was a long gown with like a veil over her face. I go right as soon as she passed. I took a second look and I saw her still there I saw her go down the stairs. So I run downstairs. I'm like, who's, nobody's there. There's this was a big dress. and she wasn't running, she was gliding, she was walking slowly. I ran after this thing, ran down the stairs, and there was nobody there. I ran back upstairs, and I went in the kitchen, and I said, hey, because the one person that was there that night was the cook. I said, did you see anybody in here? Where'd they go? Somebody came through here. And they're like, nobody came through here. I'm like, somebody came through here. I argued with him for a good 15 minutes. He's like, nobody came through here. I'm like, you're in on the freaking. If it were one of my friends playing a trick on me, they would have said so. They would have been like, I got you. Ha ha ha. Nobody said they got you ever. I truly believe that I did see. And when she looked at me, it looked like the other picture, not like the one that looked like me. And I was not. We're closed now, guys. Done. Nobody here for hours. We're out of here. And they're like, but they said to stay open until 10. I'm like, I'm not staying up until 10 tonight. I'll tell them why. It's okay. We're leaving now. And we left. We closed up and left.
So let me ask you this, because you worked there, you had an experience there.
Yes.
If we can't find anything else, I mean, that's actually a paranormal claim right there.
Oh,
we could actually add that to the database based on your experience. I mean, if you wouldn't mind us doing that, because
I don't mind, but I'd
awesome.
be very surprised if there were no other.
With the name changes, I think that's why I was having problems with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back with the, you know what I mean, like go back and research,
because there's multiple names. I know that.
Yeah,
and all of them say the castle something when they're restaurants, but historically, it said what I read this morning on Castle Cove website was that it was built in 1932.
Yeah, I have to go back and see if there's any local historical societies or anybody putting on ghost tours or anything like that.
It has to be, because it was not just like I had heard from other people that they had experience, but I didn't believe them.
Yeah,
until that happened to me, and then I was like, okay, I believe you.
Yeah, I think most of the stuff I was searching, and it was like maybe just about an hour and a half. It wasn't coming up with anything paranormal, Yeah. Like I got a lot of the history and stuff, but I need to go back and cross-reference. Gotcha. We got to do that a lot. Cross-reference different names, also known as that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
So this is not where you're at now. This was when you were living in New York, right?
Right, New Jersey, yeah.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
I haven't had anything happen here.
So did you haven't had any in Florida?
No.
Okay.
I've been here for 2 years though.
Well, see, this is why we have to come down there with you, because we'll take you to some of those places in St. Augustine.
Yeah, you'll take me for experiences. I'll be like.
Now, were you from the area? Were you from the area where you were working in the New Jersey area? Were you from that approximate area?
No. I'm from Long Island.
Okay, because I was wondering if you had actually delved into it and tried to find out if you were related anyhow to the woman in the picture.
Yeah.
Since you looked so much like her.
I did not. I had not done that. I didn't even think of doing that. I just was like, because I have a friend. When I was a kid, I was how old? I was like 13. I think I was 13. My best friend's name was Mia, and she looked exactly like me. Everyone thought we were related. Everyone thought we were twins. So because of that experience, I didn't even think like, oh, maybe we're related. You know what I mean?
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, because there was a movie that my sister and I used to watch a lot when we were younger. You should watch it, Timey. You'll love it. But it's called Haunted by Her Past. And it was about this woman, and she went on a vacation with her friends and her husband, and went to this old tavern. It's that whistle. They went to this tavern, and she goes into this tavern, and there's this painting of this woman who's on the wall that looks exactly like her. And it turned out it was like her ancient relative that, came and did things. You should see this movie. It's called Haunted by Her Past, and Susan Lucci is in it. Susan Lucci is in it, and it was pretty good. My sister and I, we used to watch it, and that's what made me ask you if you did any research to see if you were related to the lady in the picture, because it turned out in the movie that Susan Lucci was related to the lady. So,
gotcha.
So I know we have a lot of people that's watching, just listening. But if you have any questions at all for Timey, just let us know. And you got chat open too, right?
I didn't have it on the page, but
okay.
Now I do.
All right.
It's catching up. It says blue.
Okay. So you have a lot of stuff that's going on. I mean, you're running like your YouTube channel and Twitch at the same time. I mean, you got a lot of stuff going on. I mean, is it get to be a little bit overwhelming sometimes, or are you doing this more like maybe a form of therapy for you, like to help you, deal with?
There's a
your
piece
health
of that
issues?
for sure. There's definitely, I mean, that whole thing, the entire reason I started was because I finally could sing again. And I was so glad, but it was bittersweet because I couldn't share it.
Mm-hmm.
And always, like, I shouldn't say always. When I lived in West Milford, my friend pushed me up on stage after getting me very, very drunk. And then I sang in front of people. But ever since then, I was addicted to like sharing it. And when it makes other people happy, brings me joy, And that's how I got on YouTube. And now, the reason why I'm Timey Lives and no longer TWG7, because I'm still Timey Wimey Girl 7. It's just that my channel name is not that anymore, because January 1st, I realized that had I not made the decisions that I did with my breast cancer, I would have died last year. And it brought some things into focus, let's put it that way. And it's put me in a position now of I've always wanted to use my platform in order to raise awareness for these things. But I just did it sort of with the jokes, and people that came in knew about it, sort of. Some did, some didn't. It was never consistent. And there wasn't something that I could say, I'm doing something actively on the channel to raise awareness. And now I am, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And now I am on my website. And I think the balance is good. The humor here and the humor there. And then I think that balance is good because I enjoy entertaining so much. And I didn't realize how much I had missed it. And then to throw in now, I mean, I had it when I was in elementary school. I wanted to be an actress. Okay. I was in every single musical that they had at the school, but they always made me stay in the back, and I always had to lower your voice, But the fact that I'm an actress now, for God's sake, how the heck did this all happen? You know what I mean? I'm like blown away and so happy and humbled by it all that it brings me so much joy to entertain people. So that's,
Well, I know you did that, and that had to be grueling, that challenge. You did a song every day for a year. That, hats off to that, because I
was just so full of joy. I couldn't. It wasn't even a chore though. That it didn't hit me till after that year. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a month and a half I didn't sing at all. I sang double songs later, because that month and a half I had an upper respiratory infection, because I'm prone to. My husband brought something home, and I'm prone to. I have a low my immune system's like, I'm trying to say right the word.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. So you definitely don't want to work in a school district.
No, definitely not. Those little kids bring every bug and say, "Here, I want to share."
Oh yeah, I know it. Remember, I worked in a pediatric dentist office, and I was single at the time. Do you know I had Fifth's disease at one point? You know what Fifth's disease is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and you don't know you have it till after you break out, and then you're no longer contagious.
Yeah. Then you're like, what is this? What do I
then
have
you're covered
now?
in a rash head to toe, and you're standing in a bikini working with a rash head to toe.
Stop! I just want to take a bath and Purell. See, she's the science person, but I'm like the germaphobe.
And I'm like, and then I have a friend asking the guy that I'm like sort of seeing. She's going, "You're not going to touch her, are you?" He's like, "Hell yeah, I am." She's not contagious no more. I touched her last week. If I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it. I'm like, oh my god.
Jeez.
Haunted Trucking says, Timey is a goofball, but beautiful.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I like being a goofball, though. Life is too short not to be a freaking goofball, for God's sakes. We can't take ourselves too seriously, Yeah, and you take yourself too seriously, you end up making mistakes that you regret. You know what I mean? If you think get too big for your britches, you can't do that. You just got to be who you are and have some fun with it, And
it's much better to smile and have fun than to be, all sullen all the time. So
yeah. Look, I mean, when I first got sick, I was quiet. I was bedridden for 5 years, and I couldn't get out of bed, and I was in agony all the time, and I was super depressed. And I went through a huge mourning of my past life, because that is definitely a different life. I don't know which life I'm on at this point, but I'm on not the first one, you know. And it was hard. It was really hard, but I also knew myself, and I knew I'd already survived hell. That was being with my ex-husband, and that was early on in my life. And if I could survive that, I can get through anything. And that's why I knew how to get myself out of it. I knew I had to find something that brought me joy, something that I could at that point still do, that brought me joy, that reminded me of my own value, you know? And that's when I learned about Project 365. It's a photography thing. It's not a video thing. It's not a singing thing. I made it that, but that's not what it is. It's a photography thing. And I did my first Project 365 lying in my bed, taking pictures of my animals in the house, you know. But that year I took 1,600 photos. It was because that's all I did was take photos. But it helped me bring value back, and so did Red Dead, by the way. That's why I care about Red Dead so much. Red Dead 2, I'm very happy with the game. I'm almost done with it. It's gonna close the chapter. I don't want to.
But you're gonna have to you're gonna have to be, you know, like Mary Ann did, writing to them. You're gonna have to write to the company and say, "Hey, I'm almost done. You guys working on the next one?
When's the next one coming?
Come on."
Because with Red Dead was just like Red Dead. When I started playing I got myself an Xbox with my last tax return. That's what I did, and I bought Red Dead, and I started playing Red Dead, and here I am. I'm on a freaking horse riding around in a field. I'm not laid up in bed. I'm on a horse riding in a field, and it was amazing. And I know that it's just, you know, it's just a matter of your mind over matter a little bit with that, but it works. If you know, it gives you that little bit of relief, gets you out of the same thing of the pain of focusing on nothing but the pain, you know? So that's how I got through it.
So a more important question.
Yes.
You know, do you get to take advantage of that pool behind you quite often? I think I would be in that pool playing Red Dead.
You don't realize I've been jumping in. You've been missing it. I know you've been busy. It's okay. When I'm streaming on Twitch, especially because I'm there for so many hours, I will stream in my bathing suit and I jump in the pool because I get overheated. I'm like, it's too freaking hot out here. Of course I'm getting in the pool.
Oh,
I jump in the pool, I cool off, and I come back.
That's awesome. See, we don't have a pool, but we have access to a pool.
That's right.
We have access to one.
Well,
and I know she's listening. Pool. She'd be like, right,
come down here.
As soon as we get off, the phone's going to ring. Well, when are you going to come over and go swimming?
I bet you it happens.
Although today, with the rain, it's probably overflowing.
Yeah. There's a pool over at Annette's house.
Here, too. I got that. But there's a pool here, too, that you have access to. So there you go. You do have access to it.
This is a little bit further away.
Yeah, it is. Just a little.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
But it is in a much more exciting environment. St. Augustine. I mean,
don't say that. You're going to get a phone call.
Yeah, but come on. St. Augustine or Youngstown, where I already live. You know?
I got you. I will say, St. Augustine's better.
Well, when we start
say that again.
When we start making all that big YouTube money and get our private Panic D Ghost Chaser jet, we'll be down like, you know, every other day to go swimming.
You're gonna make me choke. Please don't do that.
What's that?
You're gonna make me choke. Please don't do that. You know, that tutorial that I'm redoing right now. One of the things I do tell people in that tutorial is if you think you're going to go onto YouTube and use Shmuel to do your cover songs and post them on YouTube and you're going to make any money, you're making a mistake. I tell them straight out because you're not going to. It's cover songs, for God's sakes. You're not going to make anything. You're not going to be monetized on any of that. I'm not getting. I didn't do that for the money. You know what I mean? Obviously, because I'm not going to get any money from it. It's not my stuff. I don't own it. I may have sung it, but I don't own it. So maybe I'll get like 10% of like half of them. Okay, there's not much there, is there?
So where do you see yourself going in the future? Do you have plans, or you just like keep adding to what you're doing, or like?
you know, I make plans, and not only does God laugh, but so does my body. You know what I'm saying? Making plans for me is probably not a good idea because it's just not going to work the way I think it's going to work. So honestly, the way that I work things, the way I've evolved is I let it evolve. It evolves. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As things, I never intended. I took How Would You Answer the Universe, the game show, which is on YouTube, and it was getting 40 to 60 people every time, guaranteed. People coming in, having a good time. And I moved it to Twitch, where I had maybe 20 subscribers over there or followers over there. Okay. Got nobody, zero. Went from 60 to nobody. And I did that, though, knowing I was doing it because that's where the games belong. That's my gaming. And I monetized there, not here. I was monetized there in a month, not here, you know? And I'm like, it's a game. It's going to the game show. It's got to go over there. It's where it belongs, you know? Mm-hmm. So it sort of evolved in ways I didn't expect. I thought there would be more music here, but when I do my music here, I will sing the song and I will sing the song and I will sing the song until I'm happy with it, or at least content with it. Let's put it that way. And then I post it. So one song here is really it's anywhere from 2 to, depending on this. I mean, if it's a really hard song, I could go up to like 12 times. I'm singing the song and then sitting and torturing myself over it before I decide which one I'm going to go with, you know, before I post it. Then I do a little magic and add a little extra blue to my hair and, you know, stuff like that. You know, I do some color grading on it and put an intro and outro on it, and then I put it up. On Twitch, I go live and I play a game, and it's interactive. Everybody's right there with you, and they're playing with you, and it's so much fun. And I'm having a blast with it. And I'm like, am I going to put 3 songs out a week? Which I can't do because I changed my schedule around over there. So there's really not room for 3 songs. I won't do 2. I won't be here and there on the same day, except for the 10:30, the morning stream. Taking that out of the equation, because that's the community thing. That's not mine. You know, I will do 1 thing a day, and I try to do 6 days a week, not 7. Because I tried to I had it, but cut back to 6. But then things happen, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I try not to do too much because, say that again.
You got to have that time for yourself. You know, that's one of Mary Ann's job is like, just take the night off, you know, just chill out a little bit. It's hard.
Whether you're sick or not, you need self-care. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. It doesn't matter, because if you don't have self-care when you're healthy, you will need self-care when you're sick. You know what I'm saying? If you do too much and you push yourself too hard, especially if you have warning signs with your body telling you so, then you're gonna pay for it. So take that time. Shoot, I scheduled my time. On me.
We need more men in chat.
I scheduled my time in. You get that, right? The video gaming, I only started doing that because I was like, well, I'm playing anyway. May as well just stream it. I never thought I'd be doing it as much as I am. I put 1 day in. I'm like, I got a day for video gaming and I'm streaming. Woohoo! It's really just a day off. So I have 2 days that I do that a week, every week. That's not hard work for me. That's me just playing a game, you know, and it's fun. And if the more people that are in chat, the more fun it is for me, because I love live streaming too. You know, I'll go for hours if I could. Sometimes I do. But yeah. So, and
have any questions?
If I can help somebody who has been in the same or similar situation as me, then it's not so much that it makes it worth it. It just, for me, if I can help somebody, then there's at least a reason for it. You know what I mean? Like my history with my ex-husband, I lived through hell. But since then, by sharing my story, I have helped at least 3 women get out of that situation.
That's awesome.
Personally, you know?
Yeah.
So I know that if I'm helping somebody to do that, or to change how they're behaving even. That's why I'm focused more. I don't say domestic violence prevention so much on my channel as self-love. Because if you love yourself, you're not going to abuse anybody else either. And that's getting both ends of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because those people that are being abusive, they don't love themselves at all. Or they wouldn't be abusing anybody else. You know? So
Wow.
That's what I try to do.
Timey is so inspirational. So
Aw.
I thank you for that. And you just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. I will. Hey, come see me on Twitch, everybody. It's fun over there.
So when are you scheduled? What's your schedule on Twitch?
Oh, here's the easiest way to know my
Where
schedule.
we can come see you punch the horses.
I don't always punch the horses. That's my hand spasms. That's what makes it fun, though, because you never know what's going to happen. Oh my God! I my
came
hand
on that
spasms.
one night and you punched that horse. I was laughing so hard for like a half hour. Marianne's like, "What are you?" I couldn't even tell her what happened.
Eventually, he told me, I'm like, she did what? He's like, it's a video game.
It's a
I'm
video
like,
game.
And then
She
I'm
didn't do it
apologizing.
real-
I think that's the
Why
best
is
part.
that
Is that
funny?
Why is Tommy out
I'm
punching
sorry.
horses?
I'm sorry. Last week, when was it? Friday, I think. I think it was Friday. I'm playing Red Dead still. Or is it? No, it wasn't. It was off stream. I did it. But I ended up with a $45 freaking bounty, a $45 bounty. Okay. Now, if you have not played Red Dead and you have not played it into the epilogue, you don't know certain things. Well, let me just say, you don't play as Arthur, you play as John. And you don't have any freaking money. And I got a $45 bounty on my head now. And money's tight now. I mean, I was flush with Arthur. I am no longer flush. And here I am. And I'm in the city. And my stupid hand spazzes and runs me. I'm on my horse. And I run my horse right into another person. And the person dies. Right in front of the cops. So now, immediately, I'm wanted. I'm on the run. And I have a bounty of $25. I got another bounty, another $25 because a cop got hurt. I didn't touch him. I didn't shoot at him or nothing. I just ran, okay? But some stupid cop ran into a fence, I guess, and died behind me, and they added more money on. I'm like, how is this fair?
Now in case anyone's just coming in, please understand this isn't a video game that Timey plays.
Yeah,
She's not
we're
doing
talking
this in
about a
real
video
life.
You can't even get on a horse in real life.
And so we have Haunted Trucking stopped in. The Zombified stopped in. Said they
Mrs.
were
Hopkins, 73.
they said they were having bad reception at the mall. I'm sorry about that. But if you come back and catch like in the middle of this, Timey was sharing her paranormal story.
Yeah.
Yes,
which was
pretty amazing.
Yeah, quite interesting.
Yeah.
I really want to delve a little bit more, and we'll talk back and forth on Twitter and stuff. I would like to get that in the database. Right. Yeah, that would be very cool.
Chandra wanted to know again, what was that name of that game? Was it Red Dead? Is that what you said?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Redemption 2, Chandra.
Yes. You know what the nice thing about that game too? At nighttime, I can't help it. I'm streaming, for God's sake, and I'm riding at night. And when I can see the screen properly, okay, granted, I have to be able to see the screen properly because I'm going through the computer instead of through the Xbox. It's
You're in the pool.
Sometimes, and I'm riding my horse, and the nighttime comes, and the stars light up the night, and I just sit there going, just look at those stars, guys. Just those freaking stars. They're gorgeous. The game is so beautiful on top of everything else. It's just, I love the game. I can't say enough good things about it. I just have a good time playing it. Yeah. So if you want to guys, about you were saying schedule, the best way to know my schedule is to go to my about page and click on the calendar, because my schedule is every single day. I'm doing something different. And on Thursdays, it's every other week. Like I alternate between the game on Twitch and the interviews on YouTube. And you can see the upcoming guests if you go to the calendar too. And if there's something in particular that you really don't want to miss, you can RSVP to it, and it will add it to your Google Calendar, so you can put an alert on it. That's the easiest way to follow me, because my schedule is so crazy. I'm aware of this.
All right,
like,
we want to thank you for coming on and sharing our story.
Thank you.
If you could hold on a few minutes while we close out the show, and then we'll come back and do a proper goodbye.
I need to stop eating these candies though, because they're burning my tongue off.
All right, just give us a few minutes here and we'll wrap things up.
Again, thank you very much, Timey.
All right, yeah. So that was I think she's okay.
Yeah, she's fine.
All right, folks. Well, we want to thank everybody. Wow, we went an hour and a half.
We did.
We did.
We did.
We did. Yeah, we want to thank everybody for coming by, and please be sure to check out Timey's channel. You guys, everyone's dropping the links there. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So
I did see that Haunted Trucking says, I'm on my way down to Charlotte, North Carolina from Gary, Indiana in a car. Any suggestions to stop by? Charlotte, North Carolina from Gary. Wow.
That's pretty wide range there. I don't know
what state?
Off the top of my head.
Yeah, I'm just curious your route. Without looking at a map, I don't know. But if you get to a stop, you can always pull up panicbee.com and take a look. I'm sure there's locations all through there. Yeah. Colorado Martini, hello. We're getting ready to close out, but hello. Thanks for stopping by.
Yes, you'll have to watch the replay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's about it.
All right. Again, thank you everybody for coming by, and we'll be back next Saturday.
Have an amazing day,
we'll be back
everybody.
next Saturday. We will have something wherever we are. Yeah. And we have some shows this week, though, of course. So we'll have something coming out this week in the meantime. And then we'll see you live next week on Saturday, live at 5.
All right. Okay. Hey, folks. Until next time.
Thanks for watching.
And happy hunting. Let us know if you like this video by hitting that thumbs up. Also, if you'd like to see more videos from us in the future, support our channel by hitting that subscribe button and dinging that bell so you get notified the next time there's a video from Panic D Videos.
Thanks for watching.
Happy hunting.